Hi folks, MilPic here. You might remember I had the same spot before for showing some of the items, but today I'm not doing that stationary. I had my camera fixed here last time. Today I have a cameraman, a trusted one. It's much easier if you want to go into detail or show how that looks in person. Today the first topic is the Helikon Tex Bergen, and as you can see it's a fairly small backpack, right? How many liters? I forgot. Please check that out on Helikon Tex webpage. You know, I'm not getting paid for telling you that. I want to show how that works for me. If that works for you, I don't know. I don't care really. But as I said, fairly small backpack. I mentioned that before. I'm around 6 foot. A little bit heavier, on the heavier side. The jacket, just in case, is a US 2XL, and you can see how that looks on my frame. Okay, not wider only in the hips, wider in the shoulders too, so it feels sometimes like a kid's dandusel, like they say here in Japan. Okay, so I turn around and I'm gonna put that down. After we go quickly over the straps, you have of course a sternum strap, which comes in handy, keeps that nicely cinched tight here. You can of course adjust that. You have to move that one row lower, higher, or however you like it, right? You have enough cordage with the nice keepers to keep that even for wider frames like mine, so no problem at all. You have also a keeper here, which is a very nice thing. They are not dangling around. You have quick release, so just in case, voila, here we go, and it's already off the shoulders. And we're already on that here. Cameraman comes over here. I prepared a mat so I can sit down a little bit. My ginger drink goes over here. As you can see, there is also a waist belt. It's a very easy type waist belt. Also that has keepers. So I made it in 2 different configurations. I used the keeper, but in my experience these rubber bands usually wear out fairly quick. So just in case you have a web dominator as well, right? Or you use a web dominator or whatever, you know, put a piece of paracord around. What do I know? So we didn't hike so far today, so it's not really sweaty yet, because under the anorak I'm already sweating, so it didn't get through yet. But this is waxed anyway, not the Bergen, the anorak. I come to that later. So you see that is supposed to give a certain airflow. Yeah, after the first longer hike you can decide for yourself if that works for you or not, right? It works until now very well for me. It's a little bit like stiff. The back is a little bit stiff, has a kind of back plate in it. We have a look maybe later at this in detail. And yeah, straps nicely shaped, actually have a little bit of a curve. Some people say ergonomic. They sit on my shoulders pretty neat and tight. You have a hand strap, or like a pull tab, or however you want to say to that, right? Of course, don't forget you can of course attach all kind of gear. I always want to say crap, all kind of gear on here. That's maybe all of the wife said that you have all the crap, you know. So anyway, stitching is fairly neat. You see this looks like they double tripled or whatever, and there is no loose threads or whatever. Material, again, please check that out with Helikon Tex. I'm not their spokesman, they don't pay me, and you can find that out by yourself. So we are already on the outside, so let's go once around. Touch on off, right? So I put that on my head, so you see you have quite large velcro field. Again, I could do without that, you know, because then it's a little bit more civilian style. On top, for example, you make your backpack on here, your backpack, idiot. You make your bedroll on here, or like a sleeping pad or whatever, your rain gear, and you can attach that easily here. This would be fine for the Foxtrot bag as well, and I want to maybe try that out in the future as well. So 3 pouches, LS style, or actually this is like how the old school backpacks looked when I was young as well. Of course, very different material. Nice long straps, which you can tighten up very easily, very quick to the need of your own. Yeah, here, Cordura written anyway. Yeah, 3 pouches. So I'm gonna take the stuff out. What's in there? So, side pouch, I have light in here, spare battery, I have an SBIT kit here, and some matches. Okay, so you have a drain hole in all of these beside the main compartment. Main compartment has no drain holes. Okay, we're already on this topic. So there is no paracord or something to cinch it tighter, you know. This is only like a very roomy pouch. Buckles work fine. So let's go to the middle one. This is a little bit different. It's quite large one, and you can cinch it tighter here. You have this paracord attachment here, and you can cinch it as tight or as wide as the pouch allows. And just to show you the dimensions, I have this Helikon Tex hygiene kit in here, which doubles as a first aid kit, and this is really huge, you know. So I would usually have a 1 liter bottle in here, and not this kit here, but I thought this gives a little bit different view because everybody has a water bottle in there. So other side is similar, or actually it's the same like the opposite. I have my cigar kit in here and a pillowcase, and that's as it goes for the outside pouches. So I have to detach that here because there's quite some tension on it because I stuffed that quite full. You have 1 pocket on top here, and depending on how much, again, crap you put in your backpack, there is not much space. It's good for a map, maybe some personal documents, right? A small torch, extra pair of gloves, or a beanie, or whatever you want to put in there. I don't have anything in here at all, you know. I haven't tried it out how waterproof that is, so I would recommend if you put something in there with this, which is sensitive, use a Ziploc. Okay. Yeah, this is a very neat thing. You have inserts here, or like pouches on the outside behind the bags. How you say it? Pouches behind the pouch, where you can slide in easily, and a knife, a long ferro rod, a small hatchet maybe, and they don't fall through, you know. You have the same, on the sides here, which is better for a hatchet because this goes through. Nice with the orange, you know, works fine. I'm not running around with a hatchet here. We are too close to civilization. Anyway, very nice idea on both sides. So in total you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 slots here for extra gear for attaching that. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And these on the outside pouches are going through, so be careful. One more thing, this is easily overlooked. You have a whole row of molly here where you can put something on it, and it's not directly in your face. You can have extra security for stuff you have in the slots here, and it's also protected by kind of rain flap. Okay, so no inside pouch here in the lid, right? It's only like very nicely stitched. Feels a little bit like water resistant, definitely. And we come to the main compartment. So I'm really, do I want to take that all out? Yeah, anyway. You have 2 possibilities to cinch that tight. There is a name for it and I forgot about it, right? Somebody else said that before too and I forgot it. Anyway, so cinch it as tight as you need. And yeah, here we go. Shamak, smaller first aid kit for notes. I have the Wolfhound, which I showed last time, now in the compression bag. You can make that much smaller. Look here, this is the whole bag inside. If you want to really compress that, that works great. And here in Japan you have the 100 yen shop where they sell this kind of plastic type compression bags. Works great, you can make that so small. Anyway, so have a look. Now we are in here, and there is actually 2 more things which are important. You have a small pouch on the top zipper type, good for some batteries. I have a headlamp in here, or you put your wallet in there and whatever, because this is a little bit harder to get on if you use that for backpacking through Europe or wherever there's a lot of pickpockets around, and you're a little bit on the safer side. Okay, and then behind here you have a hook where you can maybe attach a hydration bladder if you are into that, right? Recently it became a little bit out of fashion. A lot of people go for the Nalgene or stainless or titanium bottles because it's easier to filter and not so prone to, how you say, leak. And you can run that in case you have it on both sides. Here you have an opening, and the same is on the other side. Here's my finger going through, so you can easily run the hose through and then over your shoulder straps, and it's nicely and secured. Okay, so then you have here the opening, and there you see, I hope you can see, there's a back plate in. I make tock 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 one moment. So this is a kind of harder plastic, and they have a metal strut in here, which you can, if you don't like it, take out. Gives quite some stability. Of course, it can also double as an extra pouch for something you don't need directly, or you like to have something like more as a cushion in here. Put your shamak in here. I have a kind of tab in there, and that works great because I don't need that directly. So zipper. The hydration bladder has a designated pouch in case. Of course, that can double for whatever you like. You might even use it for work and throw your laptop or your tablet in there. Works great. So I have to change my position one moment. Yeah, what else is all in here? I have some smaller gear in here for cooking, and then the beautiful compression packs from Helikon Tex in there. Once again, I wanted to say 511, and that's it, you know. Of course, you can pack that in whatever configuration. Put your sleeping system on the bottom, sleeping bag, your pads or whatever, clothing and so on, you know. If you're smart, you have the weight on top and not on the bottom. This is all from my last trip, and I thought, like, okay, I wanted to show that quickly. We are not really in a survival situation here, so that is not so important, but this works great. And as you can, let's show that quickly, you can attach here a stripe and you write whatever you have in it, and you change that around like you like. Actually, I think Helikon Tex offers something like that even, and I use these only for traveling because anyway, I have like 2 or 3 different colors of these, and it works great. Okay, so what else to say? It's quite stable when you put it on the ground. Some packs, they tend to fall over easily. Look, there's not much inside now, and the front pouches are all empty, but it's not tumbling, right? Which I like a lot, you know. You don't have drain holes on the bottom, so there's no risk that small critters walk in there and have a feast on your food or going into your clothing or whatever. And yeah, if you put it on a wet ground, of course it gets a little bit mushy from below, but that's it, you know. This I forgot. You have, of course, attachment points here as well. Sleeping system, sleeping bag, tent, or whatever you want to put there. Your rain gear or your walking sticks. What do I know? Okay, yeah. Otherwise, it's not really heavy. I mean, now I have some stuff in there, but it's not really heavy. I think it would be good for a day or two, or like a hand luggage in the airplane, going to work, day trip hiking, and maybe some other people who pack a little bit lesser stuff like I'm always doing, and they put more on the person. They can make that for a 2 or 3 day trip as well. That really depends on your preference. Okay, yeah. Colors, again, look it up with Helikon Tex. And I really like this, what was it called, earth brown, with it a little bit lighter strap color here. And yeah, I bought that actually with the intention, because I have the larger Mathilda as well, which fits me from my body size much better. I bought that for the missus because that is a good size for her frame, because she is much smaller than me and slimmer and better looking. And anyway, cameraman starts getting angry with me what I'm ranting about here. Yeah, enough said on this one. Thank you very much for watching. Watch your 6, and yeah, see you another time. MilPic over.